One of the key resources that we have in Bath when you're researching a building's history are the Bath directories. And we have a few of them in our collection, but the most comprehensive collection of them is at the Bath Record Office. And these are really, really useful for trying to kind of work out who lived in what house or what building, or what those buildings were used for, what businesses were run from them. And they're just like the kind of directories that we used to regularly have in the UK up until really the kind of digital boom. So things like the Yellow Pages, for example. And these are what people in the city would have used to know where people lived or where businesses were. And so they'll list things like streets, they'll list who's living where, they'll list different businesses, but then it also just goes through people by surname. And you look up the surname and it will tell you where they are or where they're based. So for example, on this page we have Appleby, W, so probably William, bookseller, stationer and bookbinder, 3 Stool Street. So if you were researching Stool Street or the number 3 Stool Street, you'd be able to use these to kind of work out who was living in it at what time. So this is 1826. The other really good thing about these directories is, just like, you know, our more modern directories, they were sort of semi-paid for by having advertising in the back of them. So when you look in the back, you see all these trade cards, and sometimes they took out these really elaborate and really beautiful advertisements. So this is C. Marshall and Co. Tailors, habit and police makers. So fashion, really, clothing makers, who were based at number 38 Milsom Street. And you've got these fantastic engravings of a gentleman and lady dressed out in the fine kind of wear that you could buy or acquire if you went to this particular tailor's. And these are really, really good because they don't just give us an idea of who's working in the city, but they give us some visual images of kind of what people were wearing, the kind of idea of almost fleshing out what the buildings became the sort of stage set for.